The only thing more retaliation-prone than scrap recycling is smelting. Today's workshop specializes in brass purification and processing. Ancient techniques combined with modern technology improve efficiency while also generating greater profits. The jumbled pile before you is brass raw materials that have already been processed by the scrap yard. Although they come from various industries, including high-tech electronic equipment and everyday items like pipes, once they arrive here, they will be reprocessed. Once the solid materials have been melted together and await their fate, the appropriate amount of raw materials is added to the heating furnace. Then a bucket of liquid resembling waste engine oil is poured into the furnace's combustion system. Because brass has a relatively high melting point, fuel heating efficiency is low. Their purpose is to provide a certain degree of injection combustion. Once the solid raw materials have gradually transformed into high-temperature copper liquid, the father will clean the impurities floating on the surface. Then the glue column process can begin. The boiling copper liquid is allowed to cool for half a day inside a specially made 10-kilogram mold, gradually solidifying into standard cylindrical shapes in preparation for subsequent precision work. Demolding isn't technically difficult. The key is that the craftsman needs considerable strength. After removing the retaining clip, the mold and the bow are tightly attached. Using a chisel and a small tool, the material inside can be slowly removed. Now the copper ingot is visible. The surface will be very rough, but that's not a big deal because they still have to go through multiple processes to be made into more expensive copper bars before they leave the factory, filling wheelbarrows and being transported to the next workshop. A cartload of raw material like this would cost you at least 20,000 rupees before extrusion begins. There's another important step. The completely cooled copper ingot needs to be heated again to a temperature of around 900 degrees Celsius. This temperature range is the optimal time for shaping the copper material, as the internal fine structure has already softened uniformly. Using simple lifting equipment, he carried it 2,000 centimeters to the extruder control panel and placed it in the feed port. This was the only high-end piece of equipment in the entire processing plant. The owner tightened his belt to buy it, going so far as to eat only 9 meals a day for 3 days. His hard work paid off. With this high-end extruder, all you have to do is add enough raw material and set the discharge size. The machine will automatically operate, eliminating the traditional hot water heating process. The various production processes involved, such as gate forming and cold drawing, have already made the owner a tidy profit. Not to mention the generous profits from the products, which have also made him incredibly wealthy. The shaped copper rods no longer require any additional processing. They can be sold directly from the factory. It's just unclear what they'll be used for later.